What's up, guys? Gjeebs here. No, I'm not being held hostage in some random country. I'm just in Hawaii for work, and this is where I felt I wanted to shoot the video. So, I wanted to bring an update on a couple of things. Yesterday was September 21st, and that was supposed to be the last day of the Focus ST giveaway. We only missed the threshold by a little over 80,000 subscribers. Not bad. So obviously we'll not be giving away the ST. A lot of you have been asking when you're giving it away, how can you buy tickets, all this stuff. If you would have just listened to the first video and the follow-up video that I did on it, you would understand that we had to hit a certain threshold before I'd give it away. So that is over. The ST is not going anywhere. Also, I recently purchased an M2. If you want to see the intro video to that, just click the card in the top of the screen. Now, some of you, again, not paying attention, didn't listen to anything that I said in the video, thought I sold the ST, got rid of the ST, where's the ST? The ST isn't going anywhere. The only reason I was going to get rid of it is if we got to the 100,000 subscriber mark and I gave it away. I plan on just continuing to use it as my daily driver. I'm going to continue to modify it, do detailing videos, give you updates on how it's running after 60, 70, 80,000 miles, whatever. Any issues that happen with it, I will be bringing you that update. So you can continue to see Focus ST videos here for as long as I'm going to continue to make them. I have no plans to get rid of it or anything like that. It's a good daily driver. Well, it's a decent daily driver. Because of what I do, I'm always in and out of the car doing a lot of driving. It can be a little uncomfortable, to be honest with you. But it's paid off, so why not continue to drive that? And then I'll be using the M2 on weekends to take to car shows or do whatever. I'll still be bringing the ST to car shows and anytime we have meetups or anything like that. But for now, the M2 is my new car. It's just a lot of fun to drive. Speaking of the M2, I'm going to bring you just as much content as I brought you with Focus ST. With the Focus ST playlist, if you haven't seen it yet, just go through it if you have any questions on the car. It's probably been addressed in a video several times. And I plan on doing the same thing with the M2. I'm not totally sure on what upgrades I'm going to do with the M2 yet. My main thing was getting Long Beach Blue, manual transmission, and getting a 2018, which is the LCI model. Has some minor upgrades that are going to make it hold value a little bit better over time. So I want it to be clean, stock, and that's exactly what this one is. The guy that owned it before me took perfect care of it, and I'm thankful he did because now I have basically a brand new car with under 10,000 miles on it, full warranty, all that stuff. So I am going to do upgrades eventually. Right now I just want to learn everything about the car, see where its deficiencies are, and then from there maybe we'll do some upgrades. But right now it's such a well-built car. I'm not someone that just jumps into doing modifications just to do modifications. I want to understand the car first and then I modify. That's my formula with the Focus ST, and that's made it a reliable car. I've been able to drive it every day. I've had zero reliability issues with my ST, and we're just about 60,000 miles. The little issues that I have had have all been caused by, one, with the radiator, the hole in the radiator. Someone dropped a lug in between the intercooler and the radiator, and with that rubbing over time, it actually punctured a hole in the radiator. That's why that happened. So not a reliability issue with Ford or anything like that. That's human error. The other thing was the hose popping off the bottom of the car. I probably should be using T-clamps for that lower intercooler pipe that I put on. So again, something that I did, not a reliability issue with the car. So those have been the two things that stand out to me most. Everything else has been perfectly fine. It's a solid car. It's a reliable engine. I think a lot of reasons that people have the failures is just can be from poor tuning or too aggressive tuning. Now, when you tune it aggressively, you're going to make more power. It's going to be louder. It's going to be fun to drive. Me personally, I value having it being reliable every single time I turn it on. Another trend I've been noticing in my comments and direct messages on Instagram or Twitter or wherever is people who are in high school or just about to graduate high school or young in college, and they're looking into the Focus ST. And that's really interesting to me because the ST has depreciated so much that you're getting a $15,000 to really, I don't even think you could get one for $20,000. It'll almost be too much. But you know, you're getting a car that's between $10,000 and $20,000 depending on the shape of it and modifications, and ST3, ST1, ST2. My car is a ST3 Kona Blue, has the carbon fiber package and everything. But it's interesting, I'm getting all these messages from people who are graduating and saving up, and they're saying thank you for all the videos. And it's now a car that is that people who are in high school and have been working all these summers or working a part-time job when they're out of school and making all this money and saving it up, and they're getting STs. And I think that's a great idea, as long as you can find one that hasn't been modded. A lot of people ask me what to look for in an ST when they're buying used. The number one thing I would look for is checking that the stock intercooler is in there and that the... Sorry, the video cut there. Someone called me and I just had to re-record it. But what I was saying was, if the active grille shutters are still on the front of the car, that's a sign, because normally when you remove the active grille shutters to put on an intercooler, you're not going to put those back on. So if those are still on, if the paint's in good shape, and if the interior is in good shape, that's like all you can really check. You can at least know that the person who had it before you cared to take care of those things. So you can at least feel comfortable that that's been taken care of, so hopefully the engine has also been taken care of. That's really the best advice I can give you on checking one of those out. If you can get it up on a lift to see if there's any rust or anything. But even then, that rust and corrosion just happens from salt. If you're in the Northeast or anywhere where it snows and they use salt on the roads, that little bit of corrosion is going to happen. My car being in Phoenix, the bottom's clean, even though I've had it for 4 years, but that's just because there's just dust and not a lot of rain. So that's the best advice I could give you for looking at used STs. I was just looking at my face on the screen here, and I burnt the hell out of it. Not good, folks. I'm also going to do some comparisons with the ST and the M2. Even though the M2 is so much more car, it's more luxurious, it's more powerful, it's rear-wheel drive, it's not like I don't enjoy getting into the ST. So I'm going to be doing plenty of videos on that. I'm also going to be meticulously cover how much it costs to own an M2. I'm talking about insurance, tire replacements, maintenance, repairs. Everyone's like, oh, you better hope you saved up for repairs. I'm one of the people that I feel like if you do the normal maintenance on the car, you're probably going to be fine. I guess electronics can fail, things like that. I'm not really worried about it, and even if things fail, I'm in a position to where I'm able to pay for it. I wouldn't buy a car if I wasn't able to afford maintenance or other costs like that. I looked into all that. I think the N55 engine that's in the M2 is great, and that's also a reason that I didn't go with the M2 competition, because I really like how this one sounds. I'll make a whole separate video on why I chose the regular M2 over an M2 competition. But I'm going to go even more into depth with this M2, even more than I have with the ST. Because with the ST from the beginning, I didn't have all the costs and all the things like that. You know, I know what I paid for the car, but outside of that, I haven't tracked maintenance and things like that. So I'm going to be tracking all of that with the M2, and I'm going to still be making ST videos. Maybe at first I'll be making a little bit more M2 content, but it's a brand new car. It's been a dream of mine to get this car for a couple years now, and I finally attained that. Also, a couple people were like, why is an M2 your dream car? It's not like the ultimate end-all be-all dream. It's more of like a short-term goal for me. I wanted to have a luxurious sports car that was rear-wheel drive with a manual transmission that I could drive on the weekends. I drive a lot for work, and my car is, you know, constantly filled with things, so I don't really empty it from work to go enjoy the car on the weekend. So now I have a car for that, for going to the golf course or going out for spirited driving on roads, whereas the ST is more of a daily driver. Unfortunately not going to be able to take it on as many back roads and things like that because it's being used for different reasons. But I'm still going to make videos on it. I have a 60,000 mile review update coming. I know you guys love to see those videos, so I'm going to continue to make those. I just wanted to get the record straight that I still have the ST, I also have the M2, and that's it. I don't plan on selling either of them. I had a couple people make offers on the ST, but I'm really not interested. If someone wanted to buy it, it would have to be, they'd have to offer me a number that the car isn't worth. Something, you know, above $20,000, which, as you guys know, if you look at STs all around the country, buying a used ST for $20,000, there shouldn't be any over that mark. So that's it. That's the update from Waikiki. It's beautiful here. Like, all day long, there's been a cloud hovering over the top of that mountain ridge, and it doesn't move. It moves down and up a little bit. This place is amazing. But yeah, I'm missing my M2. I wish I could have had it out here to drive. There was a white Focus ST down by this, I don't know if you can see, but there's an M3 parked right by the little waterway there, and there was an Oxford white ST, but I don't see it anymore. But that's it. That's the update. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I hope you're enjoying the content. I'm really excited to have a second car to make content on, do comparisons. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you all for the support. If you're looking for me on other platforms, I have Twitter and Instagram at Gjeebs. Just look me up there if you want to follow me on a different platform. Other than that, keep liking the videos on here. It helps me the most when you watch videos all the way through. So if you're seeing this right now, thank you. And we'll see you next time.